Hello, my name is Sachin. I'm an engineer at Cohesity.
And I am Venkatesh, an engineer at Cohesity.
Today we're going to talk about the architecture of Cohesity App Ecosystem. This feature enables Cohesity to run applications built by Cohesity and third party on the Cohesity DataPlatform. Now these applications can derive insights from the data residing on Cohesity, like the backup and unstructured data, to solve their various business needs like compliance, analytics, and security. The fact that we run applications on Cohesity platform has two advantages. One, we don't have to now make additional copies of the data to derive these insights, and also do not have to build an additional infrastructure to run these applications, thus reducing the total cost of ownership. This feature is truly making all the data residing on Cohesity very useful and not just useful for backup. Given this, Venkatesh, do you want to start with explaining what are these applications, how do the customers get these applications, and how do we run them?
Most certainly, Sachin. An application typically consists of various container images that are put together by a developer. And in doing so, he uses tools like Cohesity SDK and other internal developer tools that he might have. Using all these, he puts together an application package, and along with it, he also specifies the resource requirements of the application in terms of an application specification in a YAML format. Cohesity then takes all these application package, validates it internally, and then uploads it to the app marketplace. Once on the app marketplace, a customer can then browse apps across various categories before deciding to purchase one that he likes, or more than one that he likes. From there on, the customer can then download and install his apps across the various Cohesity data platforms that he has through Helios, which is a multi-cluster management framework. Note that the application resides along with the data and storage and the compute provided by the data platform, thereby making it a truly hyperconverged solution. Having said this, Sachin, would you like to go into details about how an application runs on a given cluster?
So when app mode is enabled on a Cohesity platform, we deploy a Kubernetes orchestration engine on top of the Cohesity data platform. Kubernetes is a common container orchestration engine used, and we use the same. So one of the nodes is elected as the Kubernetes master, and rest of the nodes, they join as Kubernetes slaves with Docker running on them. Now when an app is installed on the platform, the containers of the application are pushed on a local Docker registry. And later on, when the application is run, first we ask the customer about the access privileges for the application, and also some parameter to decide the scale of the application. And based on that, deploy the appropriate number of containers on Kubernetes, which then deploys them on the nodes which have the resources and runs the containers in Docker. Kubernetes takes care of knowing the resources of the various nodes and deploying the containers on the correct nodes which have resources. And also if any node fails, Kubernetes will deploy the containers now on other nodes. In terms of networking, Cohesity provides a network plugin to Kubernetes to create an overlay network so that each container gets an IP address in a private address space. And we also make use of the DNS and load balancer services of Kubernetes so that applications can build a multi-tier applications. And also specifically, if they want to expose the UI port, they can create a node port service to expose certain port outside. Now next, Venkatesh, do you want to cover how these applications actually access the data on Cohesity, and also how the storage for their output is provided?
Most certainly. Applications access data using data access APIs that are provided by the data platform. Typically, these exist as NFS file shares today, but very soon we will be having APIs to access backed up data of VMs and also other databases. This is the input data for applications. And to illustrate the point further, let's take the example of Insight, a distributed search application that we have developed here at Cohesity. The distributed search application will basically read and index data from the views that are sitting behind the Cohesity data platform using these data access APIs. In addition to the input data access, the applications might want to write their output data to persistent volumes or ephemeral volumes. Case in point being the persistent volumes the Insight app writes its data out, the index data out to persistent volumes, while it might write its logs out to an ephemeral volume. The output data of the application is also backed by the same Cohesity data platform, providing it the same reliability, fault tolerance, and scale-out characteristics that is available to users' data today. Having put together the data access part of it, Cohesity Data Platform also gives management access to the application containers in order to do things like get the list of all views, for instance, and then basically spawn a replication job as part of its orchestration. With network, storage, and management access, an application can then run completely on the Cohesity Data Platform in a scale-out manner, taking advantage of our hyper-converged solution. Having put all this together, Sachin, do you want to now talk about the possibilities that might be the future possibilities with the application ecosystem?
Yeah, certainly. So we already have application in a variety of areas like analytics, security, and data backup. And with this rich set of APIs to access the data and to be able to run this application in scale-out manner, we envision a new application being built in areas like e-discovery, compliance, data loss prevention, and more kinds of data backup applications. So the possibilities are endless, and all the applications will be available on App Marketplace, so any customer can make use of it. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.